So another thing you'll need to do to wrap up this assignment with the self-portrait is to resolve your background in some way. For pretty much everybody, you're going to have edges that look incomplete and things like this. We want the whole picture plane to look like it's part of the image. That might mean making an artificial border or patterns behind. You should maybe sketch this out first just in pencil to get an idea of what you might want to do in the background. I want to show that you can use tape to help you with this. For example, if you wanted a nice clean border, you want it to be similar in size, and you might choose to just do one side at a time. I could cover up this entire section with a solid color, and I can have a nice crisp edge on it. And I'd want to have a ruler handy so I can be consistent. That's 3/4 inch or 2 centimeters. Okay. I can do that. You'd want to have your color choices already out. Obviously. And what that'll do is give you a nice crisp edge, so when it's dry, pull that up and be real clean. That was a really thin coat, and you can see that the under layers kind of show through a little bit. That's actually beautiful. That actually makes me change my mind, and I might do something different with my background. But essentially you would let that dry for a few minutes, and then when you pulled this away, it should give you a crisp edge. It'll be much more crisp as long as you keep a solid pressure on that when you put it down and then pull it up. But I actually love what that cobalt blue is doing with the warm underneath it, so I might do some more of that. I could also use the masking tape to make patterns. Stripes. I can change the thickness of those stripes if I layer them like this. Now it's a thicker stripe, and that'll protect the area underneath, but I could paint on top of it. You could get an X-Acto knife or scissors and be really meticulous, and you could create zigzag patterns. This is really rough, obviously, but if you had scissors or an X-Acto knife, you could really get those crisp edges to look super nice. A lot of times using masking tools will help you to have a more cohesive design than if you tried to freehand it. You can come back in and move things with a paper towel with the glazes as well. Boy, I love that blue with that warm underneath. That looks so awesome. The glaze is filling in some of those grooves and highlighting the texture of the background, which I think is awesome. So I'm going to do a little more of that actually. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Lovely. Couldn't have planned that better. I faded that a little bit. I can use the paper towels to add even more texture, if that's what I'm going for. Can swipe and swoop. It's really nice. I'll still need to figure out what I need to do with that border, but that was a really happy accident, to quote Bob Ross there. Happy accidents can happen all the time in art. I'm going to be a little more free-form with my direction now on my strokes. Wow. Yeah, nice. Try to stick with the consistent color palette. This will turn out better that way. Notice that I keep a wet paper towel close by just so I can pull things back out if I need to. So I'll think of something I can do with the rest of my background here. You can draw things in, you can paint things in. It can be just texture based. You could add text if you wanted. This is the part of the assignment where your creativity can really take over.